Our reporter Aisha Ismail is following that story for us and joins me now from Cape Town. Aisha, you were in court this morning. These are very serious charges, considering that police are not yet sure whether Kilian was in fact the trigger man. Give us a little bit of context to the court proceedings this morning.
Well, I think that it is clear that Kilian was not the trigger man. Remember, he was arrested in Springs, and he was the person who was tracking and tracing the movements of Lieutenant Colonel Charl Kinnear, and that is why one of the charges on the charge sheet is the unlawful tracing and tracking of or intercepting of information. So I think that makes it clear that he was not the person who pulled the trigger. What is important, though, that Kilian is key to this investigation. He will be able to tell police investigators who his client was, who the person was who came to him and asked him to pin and to track Lieutenant Colonel Kinnear's phone, and also to give them telephone numbers of this person. And as we heard from the Hawks yesterday, they said that more arrests, they're expecting to make more arrests soon, and I think they found the first person, and Kilian will now remain in custody until the 5th of October. He's being held at the Belleville police cells. We also know that his lawyers told us earlier that they intending to bring a bail application on that day, but the National Prosecuting Authority has already indicated that they will be opposing bail given the seriousness of this crime. Remember that the murder of a police officer, and also this was a senior police officer, and this is regarded as a crime against the state.
Aisha, we've heard numerous South Africans on social media complaining that had Charl Kinnear been an ordinary South African, this amount of attention to the case would not have been the case. That they are saying because Charl Kinnear was a respected policeman, his murder or assassination is being fast-tracked. Certainly within a week to have someone appearing in court, that's very quick turnaround time.
Well, I mean, you know, that's neither here nor there. Charl Kinnear was a senior police investigator. He was not only investigating the underworld and people involved in the underworld, he was also investigating his own. He was investigating police officers, senior police officers who were involved and who colluded with gang members. And what's interesting also to note that a week before he was gunned down, he was actually in Gauteng dealing with a case where police officers were being arrested in connection with issuing of unlawful gun licenses to gang members.
Aisha, what are we expecting apart from the bail hearing to take place next week?
Well, on the 5th of October, he will obviously reappear in court again, and the prosecutor, and it's one of the Western Cape's top prosecutors, Advocate Blaine Lazarus, did say that the matter has now been postponed for further investigation. So I guess that, you know, come the 5th of October, we will have a clearer picture as to exactly, you know, what transpired, how it came about that Zane Kilian was involved in the tracing and the tracking of Kinnear's telephone and tracing of his movements, because that is key to the investigation.
It's very early in this investigation. Are there talks at this early stage of Zane Kilian turning state witness?
I think it is too early to say. The fact that he made this appearance in court today is probably an indication that he's not going to be turning state witness. So the matter has been postponed to the 5th of October for further investigation. They're expecting to make more arrests, but as I said, his evidence will be key to this investigation.
Right, thank you very much for that update, Aisha Ismail.